Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The USC Trojans land another commitment in that 2024 class as three-star edge rusher from the state of Georgia, Lorenzo Cowan, commits to the USC Trojans. And the thing I appreciate the most over the last two commitments that we talked about, obviously today with Lorenzo Cowan, yesterday with Jide Abasiri, is you're starting to get a feel of the kind of players Dan Lynn and this defensive coaching staff want to bring in to this USC program. And the two things that are kind of standing out to me is one, developmental upside. I don't think this staff is as concerned about are they a top 100 recruiter, are they top 10 in their position, as much as what can they be in 2 to 3 years. And the other thing that you see, and when checking out Lorenzo Cowan's film and also Jide Abasiri's yesterday, the effort, the motor. I mean, these two guys, yes, they're a little under the radar in terms of the high school 24/7 sports rankings. These guys play extremely hard. They line up all over the football field. And that is kind of the trend that you're noticing with this defensive coaching staff. And quite frankly, I'm a huge fan of it. One of the things that we are so frustrated about watching this USC defense is kind of the lack of culture, the lack of intensity. You're seeing these two guys, and Jide Abasiri and Lorenzo Cowan, the two last commits from this new defensive coaching staff, is they play hard, they play physical, and they're able to do a lot of different things for this defense. Really excited to get into Lorenzo Cowan, talk a little bit about the future of this USC defense. Before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys. A special shout out to the USC fans. I mean, you guys continue to show just a ton of love to the boys. This is a program I love talking about, love talking ball with you guys in the comment section. The amount of support you guys show means a lot. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. All the fight ons in the comment section yesterday fired me up. Appreciate you guys. Without further ado, let's get into Lorenzo Cowan. And again, the first thing, I got two things that I want to start off with Lorenzo Cowan. One, formally committed to Kentucky. And I love that because Kentucky, as a team that I followed with Kentucky, is what they do at a very high level is identify the gems in the rough. And Lorenzo Cowan seems to be kind of one of those guys. I mean, Mark Stoops and how he's built Kentucky is hitting on these lower three-star guys that get overlooked by a lot of SEC schools. So the fact that Mark Stoops and this coaching staff at Kentucky, like Lorenzo Cowan, makes me feel even better about what player Lorenzo can be as he becomes a USC Trojan. And the second thing I love most about Lorenzo is this is a guy that, similar to what we talked about with Jide Abasiri, is a guy that can do a lot of different things on a defense, right? 6'4", 225 pounds. You'll see him play a stand-up linebacker on the edge. You'll see him put his hand in the dirt. You'll see him even sometimes play the three tech. And some of the things that jump out to you is, one, the motor. I mean, this dude plays extremely hard. He's versatile, playing all over that defensive front, and he's really physical, and he uses that athleticism. So you get all of that blend. Yes, is he a developmental prospect? Is he a guy that's going to come in year one and light it on fire at the college level? Absolutely not. But he's a guy that, again, 2 to 3 years from now, we might be talking about a really good football player, and that's what I'm the biggest fan of with this coaching staff. And a lot of the rankings that you see are kind of catered towards what can this high school player do immediately at the college level. And the guys that have the projectable traits sometimes fall down in the rankings. And this USC staff is looking for guys with projectable traits. And that's what I love most about this get. Turning on the film with Lorenzo Cowan. The first thing I want to talk about is the motor. And again, we talked similar conversation, 24 hours ago with Jide Abasiri. We're going to have the same conversation here with Lorenzo Cowan. He's a guy that you're going to see a little quick screen out to the boundary. He's going to turn his head and just absolutely get out there. I mean, this dude plays very, very hard 100% of the time. And that's kind of some of the things that USC fans, I think, are at the point where I don't care what star ranking you have. Are you playing hard? Are you doing your job on the football field? That's what we care about right now, getting in the backfield, making plays. Really good twitch off the ball. If you go run that back, I mean, it's a guy that's 220 pounds, gets off the line of scrimmage really well. He'll kind of splits that, gets in the backfield, makes a play. You're going to see him do all sorts of things. You're going to see him get out to the flat, make tackles in space. You're going to see him get after the passer, does a lot of different things. Here I'm talking about the motor again, right? Kind of out of the play on the backside. You don't see a lot of high school recruits do this type of stuff. And I'm going to hustle this play down. I'm going to force a fumble. I'm going to go celebrate with my teammates. Like that type of stuff is what I think should excite USC fans because, quite frankly, you didn't see that kind of effort and that tenacity with this USC defense the last couple of years. So if you're a USC fan, you're saying, I don't care what star you have. Are you going to come in? Are you going to play hard? Are you going to do your job? That's the type of stuff you want to see from these USC guys coming out of high school. Again, athleticism here, right? Playing in space. So he almost looks like an off-ball backer there. You're seeing him do a lot of different things. You're going to see him pin his ears back and get after the pass rusher. As an edge rusher, you're going to see him kind of play in space. This one is like coach teach. Like, this is how you stack an offensive lineman, shed him, and go make a play. Like that is 100% exactly what you want to see from your edge defender. Again, not letting guys get out on that outside shoulder, keeping everything inside, kind of a box checker. And again, maybe not the most, you're going to see him just go right through guy right here, big time bull rush, get his hands on him, get to the quarterback. Not necessarily the most NFL ready guy, but he's a dude that I kind of feel good about in the next couple of years for the USC Trojans. Now, taking a look at this class, I mean, you're going to see Lincoln Riley get aggressive in the transfer portal. I'm not very surprised about that. But what I want to scroll down and talk about is the last couple commitments that USC's got with Jide Abasiri and Lorenzo Cowan, two guys that are under the radar, right? Low 3-star guys. A lot of other top Power 5 programs kind of overlooked them. You're getting two guys with high developmental upside, and that's what USC wants, and that's what Dan Lynn wants. And you look at a guy like Matt Entz at North Dakota State. I mean, he's coming from the definition of a developmental program where you get guys that Power 5 programs overlook and you get them developed. That North Dakota State team could beat a lot of low-level Power 5 teams with not as much quote-unquote high school recruiting talent because they know how to get those guys in, identify the guys that they want, and, get them developed and get them ready to play at the college football level. Really big fan of this coaching staff. And again, you'll see some opposing fan bases and even some USC fans say, oh, here we go with the low 3-star. I wouldn't focus on that. I'd focus on the kind of players that you're getting in. And I think you got to be really excited for the kind of players you're getting in with Lorenzo Cowan. Again, former Kentucky commit, really do like that because Mark Stoops is another coach that does a phenomenal job with the evaluation of high school talent. Wanted to hop on, talk a little bit about Lorenzo Cowan. Appreciate you guys rocking with the boys. Fight on in the comment section. Appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you guys later.